Well, I had to start this shit over because of technical difficulties, but what's good? It is the Henny Nights Whiskey Sour crossover. I got St. Angeles, aka Dom, aka the celebrity, aka the bartender, aka shit.
All these monikers. Listen, I'm just Dom, okay? I am Dom, and hopefully that the audio could be,
It ain't.
we can.
So we're gonna spin the block on that whole conversation.
That's cool. That's cool. I will try to be my authentic self.
Yeah.
And give it to you again.
Yeah. We're gonna spin the block on that whole goddamn conversation.
I don't even know how we even got there. Oh, I was talking about
what happened was Dom cussed me out because she's like, nigga, you don't ever call me or text me no more. You used to keep me in the know about everything that was happening, whether it's career, whether it's dating life, whether it's, career shit, entrepreneur shit. And she was like, I don't like that. Bye, nigga.
Yes.
And what we were talking about, it turned into a conversation about you being in the space now, especially with recent passings and things that have affected your friends out there in California, that like now you're in, it's not necessarily your soft girl era that has been trending lately, but you're just in a space now that you're like, nigga, I have feelings.
So let's stay on the soft girl era, the trend, because when you really think about it, that's just the self-care space when you really think about it. And we have been gentle with ourselves. I think there's a huge misconception that means, oh, I'm going to be soft when I talk to men. People feel like it's more about men when it's more so about yourself. So I think what women are realizing is that it's more than just getting your nails done, taking a trip and meditating or whatever. It's really, putting practices into place where you are really, really, really taking care of yourself, being gentle with yourself. There are so many things that are happening in the world that we forget to slow down and do check-ins on ourselves. Mm-hmm. So I think that's more so what it's about. I feel like it's an extension of, self-care and whatever. But yeah, I have feelings. And I just like to be in the know. Like, I like to keep up with y'all. Like, I've been trying to get Terry, I call Terrence Terry. I think we Terry onto the show for about a year now. So we'll see if we can finally lock in a date because he's so busy. And but just really, like feeling what I'm feeling, being able to speak up and advocate for myself when it comes to little things. So yeah, nigga, bye, because I figure it was relationships, because I feel like once men get into relationships, it gets very complicated. And so they don't know how to, they try to keep certain levels of communications with their female friends down to a minimum so it doesn't get crazy. So yeah, that's all.
Well, I'm singles, so that won't be an issue. Don't do that.
Okay, I know. I'm just playing. I'm not.
I know you're playing.
And I don't want nobody trying to fight your head off.
Right. But no, I'm single. So yeah. As far as that goes, like we were having on the episode that's never going to air now. But the conversation of like just communication and things like that, like whoever I end up with is going to have to be accepting that like I have like a solid group of like female friends that like it's not like, oh, that's just my friend. Like, yeah, we fucked, way back in the day. Like, no, that these are a solid group of women that I have around me that like will get in my ass if I'm tripping, but also be like, shorty got you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
accepting of that because I don't want your world to like revolve completely around me. Like I'm not, there are times where like you need to go out with your girls. Like
Yeah.
you need time with them. Like leave me be or whatever.
Yeah.
Not this
Absolutely.
not this warning I got. Anyway, do you have that version of Zoom?
Oh shoot. Is this the free version?
Yeah. I didn't why would I pay for it? Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
cool. It's cool.
Okay.
Like we'll pick up if it kick us out or whatever. I'm not tripping.
It might kick us
Just
out.
put all my business
So
out there. Is this the free version of Zoom?
no,
Like
no,
whatever.
no, no. But because it used to give you 1 hour free. Like even
Yeah.
on the lowest,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
give you an hour free.
We
Like
also
which
wasted
was
hell of time trying to figure out the audio and shit. So
oh yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if push come to shove, y'all won't be able to tell because of the magic of editing. Anyway,
Yeah.
nah, but like whoever it is that's gonna be in my life like that has to understand that I have like a solid group of women behind me, like straight up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna have anything against them if they have like a solid group of male friends behind them either or whatever. That there's gonna have to be trust, and I trust you not to do nothing crazy. I trust you not
Right.
to like be telling the whole outside world what's going on in our house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jay say, like, nigga, if my wife ain't good, my kids ain't good, and the house burning down, nigga, I'm not leaving the house until we get this shit situated or whatever. But I have to be vulnerable going back to that and have a level of faith and trust in my partner that like you're not gonna have me out here looking crazy or whatever. And also be accepting of the fact that like I'm very vocal about if something has me fucked up or not, which was what we were also talking about. Like telling somebody like, yo, how you want to be treated, how you want to be handled, essentially. And it's crazy because people feel like they shouldn't have to tell their partner that, but like it's not a one size fits all. Like there's like general shit, like don't lie to me, don't cheat, don't
Right.
shit. But like outside of that, it's not just that surface level shit. It's shit that
it's not. It's not.
It's other shit that go into that. So I'm not in the soft girl era because I'm, whatever. But I'm kind of in that space too. Like I'm kind of in that space too. Like, yo, like I posted something on Instagram the other day about like they was talking about like there's a sixth love language, which is like inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Like being included, like what are your plans? What are your dreams? The things that you like? What are your hobbies? Like, just making time for those things or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like you would feel like that goes under quality time, but like but it also should be in like its own space to me. Like inclusion is hella big. Like if you fuck with me,
it really is.
And yeah, if you fuck with me, and this is not just romantic shit. Like if you my homie, like tap in with me. Let's go do something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Sometimes I feel like because I always tell people I'm like probably, and when you really think about it, we all have moments and times where we have all experienced different levels of the love languages. Because now it's not just 5. I talked about this with like Farron before, and I think they're like 7. No, it's not. It's more than that. It's more than that now. I don't think it's 14, but I feel like it's pretty up there, like the amount of love languages that there are. But I always tell people I'm all of them because there are periods in time where I'm like this. There's moments in time where I want you to, acts of service. There are times where I'm physical. I like gifts. I like it all. So I think that the issue, I find myself even in friendships sometimes, I feel like I'm the person sometimes that has to take the initiative to be the planner sometimes. And as an air sign, that's very hard for me. So, you know, like spur of the moment when it comes to certain stuff. Like the main things I really plan out are my trips. You know, where I want to go, who I want to go with, but that's pretty much it. Everything else is like so like random sometimes, that, and it also allows you to appreciate those moments too.
Yeah.
You know, when that happens. But I don't know, like I think the state that I'm in right now is just really saying no. That this doesn't work for me. Like I was telling you earlier, being able to speak up and advocate for myself when it comes to any form of boundary that I put in place. And if you can't grasp that and understand that, I I will tell you it's a no. I don't care who you are, what your proximity to me is. If you are a relative, if you are a friend, or if you are an intimate partner, I will shut that shit down and like cut off all communication. That's the space that I'm in right now. And it's unfortunate. Sometimes I don't fully understand it. Like there are certain things that I was like, well, damn, I didn't have that on my bingo board for this year.
Right.
But it's also that's the reality, you know. Like
facts.
I didn't think that I would, you know, like experiencing so much loss, that it would, one of those losses will cause a huge rift in my family, and people are, you know, being shady, not doing the right thing, and then it kind of forces you to pick a side when you're really neutral, and you're like, don't do that because that's wrong. That is fucked up to do this to this person's kids. And where I'm like, hey, at this point, like we're not gonna see eye to eye. I ain't fucking with it. Like, don't talk to me about it, because I just don't like. I don't like arguing in my house. I pay rent here. My car, I don't want to argue in my car. I pay that. No. There's certain levels of peace that we have, that we sacrifice certain shit for to just to have it. And I always tell people, luxury is a peace is a luxury that everybody can't afford. When you really think about it, it's just that people don't want to let go of certain people and things to obtain it.
Yeah.
I don't argue in this house. You got to get the fuck out. And that's where I'm at. Hard no. So
yeah. I'm not an arguing
I
ass nigga either.
The way I get petty real quick, the way this tongue is so sharp, and I be knowing shit about people that they would never know that I knew, and I would throw them, and I would throw them for a loop. But I also know that at times that I can be petty, and I'm like, I'm not the person you want to do that with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I tell you, I got this email from I said, yo, I told you I want to be a part of this, but since we're here, let's circle back to this time when we talked about earlier. When you did this, this is how this made me feel. When this happened to this is how this made me feel. And this is why I ain't never really truly fucked with so-and-so or did whatever. And I said, y'all common, basic, and broke. Like, and y'all can operate from that space. I'm not trying to operate from that space. And that's just really the reality of the situation. I'm not
that's spicy as shit.
I'm not basic, and I'm not broke. I'm very wealthy. Now, is that wealth fit in the physical sense, in the liquid asset form? Not yet. It's coming.
All right. So we can get all. I didn't even do like the church announcements for the podcast. We just got straight into it. So if you ain't know, I'm coming to you live from Kazi Society in the heart of downtown St. Louis. Kazi Society is owned by a Black woman. Shout out to Jamie. You feel me? If you ever wanted to start a podcast and get into content creation, this is where you need to be. You can also have meetings here. think tank sessions, media. They have media services. They can connect you with people. She'll get you right. So make sure y'all tap in with Kazi Society. That's KAZI SOCIETY. It's in the heart of downtown St. Louis. So if you ever wanted to get into the podcast space, the media space, or you just need a co-working space, tap in and you can come down and see this dope space for sure. Next thing, Henny Nights merch. Link is in the description of the show notes. Make sure you check that out. It's about to get cold outside. Chicks is out here still in hoodies. So you might want to copy a couple Henny Nights hoodies, a couple Henny Nights crew necks. You can still get you a tee. I think there are masks on there, but like I don't think niggas is really wearing masks anymore. But if that's your thing, you can get that. Yeah. So I should get into that. Hand sanitizer wipes because niggas have monkeys be catching the monkeypox out here. And then polio back, like it's all bad. It's
all everything bad. That we've been doing is all bad.
It's all bad. Speaking of all bad, your boy Ye. What's wrong with your boy Ye?
Who?
Your boy Ye. Your boy.
What?
Ye. Kanye. What's wrong with your boy Kanye?
Well, what he do? That's okay. So correction to the people. That's not my boy. I don't know that man. And I ain't even petty where I'm like, oh, I know him, but then it's like a figment of my, like my past. No. I don't know him. So I don't even know what's happening outside of him putting clothes in trash bags.
Oh, well. Good for you.
Did something happen today? What happened?
Nothing happened today. He just like bitching at Adidas for like copying, I guess, his Yeezy shoes and shit. And
imitation is the highest form of flattery, right?
Want his rights back. Yeah,
Kanye.
He a slave out here. Funny how that worked. Funny how that worked.
Funny, right? So interestingly enough, what's really interesting about the Kanye situation and the people that are rallying behind him, Kanye's biggest fuck up to this day is not staying true to himself. He's allowed, like, I feel like maybe he's on the spectrum? Absolutely. But I will say that true to himself. Like when we really think about Kanye now, it's very camp-like, very costumey. But I think about quite often Kanye West's first fashion show in Paris. What was that, like 2010 when he did DW by Kanye West, which stood for Donda West. And the pieces were out of this
out of this world, for sure.
Pieces when you're supposed to be showing like spring, summer, right? But impact of that show enough and what we got from that show, because hella brands ran off and made hella similar designs if they didn't take the whole fucking design. Like all I could think of is just like the interview he had years ago, and this is coming from a person that really used to adore Kanye West. I wanted to be friends with Kanye West at one point, pick his brain about different stuff. Just like the idea of the leather jogger. And I don't know if y'all ever watched this interview he had on the BBC. It's very insightful. And he talks about how he had met with, I think maybe.
That was rude.
It was recorded. I saw record the whole time.
Yeah, whatever. Well, I'm back.
Do you want to pause it to double check? If something downloads, pause it or stop the recording and then see if it downloaded. But I was seeing that record button the whole time.
Yeah, it kicked me and brought me back in. So maybe it's still, well, technically, like if I leave the call, that don't mean the call in, right?
I think so. I forget how this. I be using StreamYard, so I don't know. It's been so long since I had Zoom. Like I didn't know you had this blurry background on Zoom, so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool,
okay, well."
But yeah, I think the issue with Kanye West is this: is just he ain't going to therapy, and that's obvious. That's obvious. Because if you are, you're lying to your therapist and not doing the work. You know, people gotta realize that with therapy, you have to allow your space, yourself to go to a space where you can really truly be vulnerable to talk, to say what's happening in your mind. And I don't even know if he taking his medicine.
I doubt it.
Like, honestly, I would not be surprised in the next couple of years, should he not get help, is that if we get a headline saying that, you know, Kanye West had passed because he, by suicide. Because he's not taking his mental health seriously at all.
I don't want to see it. Like, I don't like my Kanye stamp of approval is like it stops at Life of Pablo. But yeah, I talked about this back in March or whatever. Like, who are the people that actually give a fuck about what? Like, where are they? Like, where are the people that can get to you? Like to help you realize that, nigga, you're Kanye West. Whatever the fuck you're gonna do, that shit's gonna move. Like you said, you putting fucking clothes in fucking trash bags in the middle of the like whatever, what Gap, or whatever. It's headlines or whatever. Like, nigga, you're you. Why are you doing it? Just the clown shit or whatever. But like you said, mental health. He's not taking it serious. Like from the documentary, he's supposed to be on meds. Whether he's taking it or not, I don't know. But yeah, like, bro, don't ever force me to side with the Kardashians, bro.
Bro, don't ever like I had to agree with Azealia Banks today. I don't like that.
I saw her rant. Yeah. I saw her rant.
I don't like it.
And this part of go ahead.
For me, it's like, why are we, or how are we even in this? How are we here? We talk about legacies being tarnished or different things that happen. And I feel like there's this weird shift that's happening in pop culture, right? And I'm tired. Like, I wish there was a way. Somebody has to figure this out where, how you can mute certain words, like on Twitter, anything that you have. Like, and I think you can do that on Instagram too. Certain hashtags you can mute so it doesn't pop up. I'm like, there needs to be images. Like, this is the person I don't want to see. So it would be all the Kardashians for me.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition, like, so then it could be Kanye, whatever. Like, for me, I crack my jokes about the Queen, though I do enjoy that show on Netflix. That motherfucking show on Netflix about the Queen and the monarchy, the monarch and all that shit. That shit is fucking good. But I'm over it. Like, certain things have just become overkill. And I think we're seeing, like, to a certain degree, a slight shift when it comes to pop culture, the headlines. I feel like, and it could just be because I have so many words muted, but I feel like some of the stuff that I'm seeing now is like people engaging with each other more. Now, I do want the stronghold of toxic Black topics to cease.
What, like the same recycled Twitter topics?
I like
you got to mute the word the table.
The table.
Like, bring to the
what
table.
you bring to the table.
Like, you have to mute those words. So maybe my world is just kind of imaginary.
No, it's not imaginary. It's what it was before social media. It was what it was before. Like, everybody felt they had to get their issue off. It was what it was before gender wars. It was what it was before $200 dates. It's regular life. Because you notice, if you take a break from social media, like, this has happened. It's happened with me a lot more with Twitter recently, where I don't tweet for like days.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I'm like, And then I see some on the timeline and be like, nope, not doing that today.
Yeah. It is like that. It's like that.
Not doing that today at all. But I don't know. It might be something in the water with celebrities, because my favorite rapper, who I consider the best rapper ever, got in goddamn Twitter spaces talking about fucking capitalism. It's trendy now to call people with money capitalists, like the term "eat the rich" ain't been around for years. Like, it's like, it's double edged for me, because like with somebody like, so I look at it this way. So if you were to have the money Jay-Z have, right, or Kanye have, or
it's not in liquid form.
My bad. It's not in liquid form. My bad. You have the money, that Jay or Kanye has, right? Like, to a certain extent, you want to enjoy like the fruits of your success, right? Yeah. Like, whatever that looks like to you. I don't think it's like, I don't like the idea of being like, oh, you went and bought the goddamn off-white Maybach that Virgil made before he passed. Like, just a waste of money or whatever. Like, nigga, like, I work for this. Like, I ain't just fall into it. I ain't fall into no trust fund or no shit like that. Like, no, I work for this and got this. I want to enjoy that or whatever. But it's also double edged, because you get to that level of success and you so far removed from like the everyday common man or woman that like certain shit, like me as just a regular working person, or you, oh, my bad, you're a rich lady, my bad. But me as a regular working,
there's a difference between rich and wealthy. So
absolutely.
What I mean by that, so we're talking about, when we were talking about certain, and I want people that's listening to understand what I'm saying, is that we're on this journey of manifestation. So we talk about,
for sure. I call y'all rich all the time. I call my friends rich all the time, and I'll be like, nah, like.
So I don't want people to be like, oh, no. Like, no, I'm in this space of manifestation and the affirmations that I say to myself and whatnot. So that's what I'm saying. So
and I'm just giving you a hard time. I knew what you meant.
James, don't forget, I gotta, I need you to get to LA so we can fly to PJ out of Van Nuys.
Talk to him.
But you are absolutely correct. That's what I was saying. Like, I felt like the issue with like Kanye, Jay, and all of them is that they are so far removed. And that's okay. But see, here the difference. The difference is that Jay-Z got to take a page out of Beyonce book. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Fall under the radar. But he is Sagittarius. He ain't gonna get that, because they're show-offs. I like to call them poison. They're a good time. They be knowing they shit to a certain extent, but they also they play a game. And so there are some people that agree with that. There are some people that don't agree with what he said. I must have tuned into the spaces late, because I missed that.
It was a real quick, like, I saw the 2-minute clip or whatever, but everything else he said was like the idea of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, that shit only worked for like the white people that had the head start. Like, and then also participating in capitalism as a system. It was never built for us Anyway.
It wasn't.
So
It
he was
wasn't.
saying some real shit, but of course it got lost with that. And like I said, like I can be objective and be like, nah, nigga, you missed the mark.
Yeah.
You missed the mark
Right.
on that one big time or whatnot. But it's double edged to me because like if it's me or you or whatever, and we get to this level of success where we can pull our family or our close circle out of that bad situation, we're gonna do it 10 times out of 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay,
certain exceptions
to certain people. Okay. To certain people. But then you run the risk of also like being detached from what's going on, like what the real issue is. So is it like it's just a lot. It like I'm trying to process it in my mind because it's like so many different variables. Like I analyze shit. So it's like, okay, do you have somebody on the ground that's running back and telling you everything that's going on or whatever? But then on the flip side, it's gonna look like that shit's not authentic or whatever. Like it's so many like things that you have to worry about. Then it's also the issue of we're going back to like the idea of capitalism eat the rich and stuff. These motherfucking billionaires, like nigga, y'all family, y'all generations are gonna be good. Why are you hoarding all this money?
Yeah, it really it
like
because
why?
when you really think about wealth alone and the wealth that's generated through shit, I think about the wealth, the money that's funneled through Los Angeles alone. The state of California, and I would probably say San Fran. You got LA, Cupertino, whatever, like the new Silicon Valley, all of that, right? Alone, if we separated from the United States, this state alone will be able to sustain, right? So think about that. But we have like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, homeless like issue in the country. Yeah. And that's because people, other states, bus, they're homeless. People here thinking we have the infrastructure to take care of that. The other week, I live in the burbs. Like I'm like Valley, borderline city. It's technically it is still LA, but it's considered like the Valley, right? I'm 10 minutes from Pasadena. Glendale is right up the street. So it's like, so you think about stuff like that. So it's quiet over here. The way I got caught a nigga by a homeless bitch up in Target around the corner the other day, and white chick. And I was just like, well, see, we talk about being reactive, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking about how this headline looks if I was to jump on her.
You beat the shit out of a homeless person. Yeah.
Yeah, homeless, mental health. I'm like, no, y'all always know when to be racist. So we think about stuff like that. And I think about Black people in the sense of us wanting inclusion, like wanting to be included. People, I want equality. No, bitch, you need to be talking about equity.
Yeah, that people don't understand the difference.
And people don't. And
equity is like access to the same resources versus like we all want the same bullshit. Like, no, we want the access to the people y'all got.
And the conversation is really starts back. We got to kind of start looking at ourselves. And I'm a big advocate for community, like looking out for my neighbors and all that stuff. Like, like you said, lifting each other up. How can I support you? How can I do this? Is it buying a t-shirt? Maybe you can't buy a t-shirt, candle, whatever. But can I just share your post? That's the quickest way for us to reach other audiences and other people. And you just never know what can happen based on that, right? But we too busy stuck in the crabs in the barrel mentality and thinking that it can only be one. And I see it quite often, just the industry, the different circles that I hang out in out here. And I just like, and some stuff I was like, man, that's just really weird to me. That's foreign to me because that's never been, there's certain stuff that I just can't understand, right?
Yeah.
So people mad at Jay-Z. I'm it's like, you know, the saying they said like what he eats and what he doesn't make me shit. Yeah. So I really don't give a fuck about shit like that because to me, yeah, Jay-Z can reach the masses, you know, with one sound clip that has gone viral and everybody wasn't in the space. And like you said, but what he was talking about outside of that one part, there you have it. So we're so quick to react to shit. And it's like, in hindsight, I don't give a fuck what Jay-Z got to say because I'm the bitch that's taking the money. I'm taking the money. I don't need to sit down and have a meeting with Jay-Z because there should be enough people in your network to either help you navigate that space or they're going to be able to direct you. And if you don't have people like that in your circle, you get, hey, it's time to put the mirror up and do a self-evaluation because I'm like, the math not mathing. Yeah. So it's us finding, like I said, like we want the resources, we want to be able to have the conversations, you know, with certain people or and just be it because you just never fucking know. But then it's also I'm in the space of, hey, for real, we know how powerful we are as a race, right? When you really look at the history of Black people, when we go back to Africa, kings and queens, all that stuff, we know how powerful we are. So it's like, we need to get back to basics. We need to really start kind of like fucking with each other for real. It's no way some motherfucker yesterday should have been able to go out and go on live and shoot up people in Memphis.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The way in St. Louis, listen, the way in St. Louis, that motherfucker he might have made it to a second victim, but the way somebody would have just randomly saw that happening and y'all walking around all free with open carry, somebody would have offed him. He a weak link. He got to go. I think we have to start thinking about people in that capacity.
Yeah, we gotta get.
How the fuck is R. Kelly trending?
Because people don't give a fuck, man.
They don't.
They don't give a fuck. Like to piggyback on what you said, like what they eat don't make us shit. Well, like at some point you have to have just some type of moral high ground and compass to be like, nah, this ain't it. But like you said, there's a section of people that want to be, I just want to be the one at the table to look like I'm doing it. To be the one that
again.
Yeah.
It's muted.
I want to be the one that look like I got it. Or I'm just the pawn or whatever. But like I got it though. Look who I'm sitting amongst. I'm gonna keep all the resources for myself or whatever. I don't want nobody to get ahead. I don't want to be. It's basically some like coon in the master's house type shit. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get, like I said, my homie Randa was like, yeah, nigga, we need to start bringing back shaming niggas.
You do. You have to because social media has allowed people to get too comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how I tell people is you have to remember, as real as you think social media is, it's not. Yeah. So once you realize that, you navigate that space completely differently. Like, you know, us coming from the background, you know, communication degrees, you know, knowing how the media works. Yeah. We understand what
and at this point, everybody should understand clickbait. Like, yeah, everybody should understand clickbait. And like you said, it's little shit magnified times 1,000. And like you said, outside of that, like, nigga, I'm not tripping off that for real, but I feel like I got an audience here So I'm gonna make shit, I'm gonna shake shit up or whatever. I'm gonna talk about the same 5 things here or whatever, and like it's gonna be people that fuck with me, pat me on the back or whatever, and I'm gonna stir up dialogue, make people upset, and then I'm gonna be like, well, it's just Twitter.
Yeah.
Like
it's just, but we have to remind people that like at some point you can encounter somebody like you remember the whole thing, don't let Facebook get your ass beat. Because that's a real thing. There's some people that are really like, you said this and then you pull up thinking it's gonna be one way and you can get yourself killed because you just acting a fool. So I think the thing is like we need to bring back shaming.
I believe in slapping niggas too.
I think the shit that when I tell you what people not talking about enough is how many people were very in the industry that was happy that Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock.
But I'm sure it was. I believe it.
It's hella people that didn't tweet about, but I've been in private spaces where those conversations were being had. So we talked like you said, Kanye West were your friends. Okay. We were having a conversation. We were watching Chappelle's show yesterday. And I was just like, he's like, do you think this is the most, like the funniest, like comedian or influential person that's for no. I don't, we quote random shit from Chappelle's show, like, what's the dude that smoked the crack rocks? Tyrone.
Tyrone Biggums. We call it the Rick James shit with Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, the Rick James shit. Like there was times, but I know people to this day that will recite raw stuff from Richard Pryor. So I think it depends, but for me, I feel like there's certain things. I said, to me, I feel that Dave Chappelle has not fully evolved as a comic. Some people can cancel. I know people that know that man, but he hasn't evolved because you still talk about the same thing that gets people to tune in to see what you said and how you said it, to see if it's funny, because that's the issue with the whole situation that with Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish. It wasn't funny.
Yeah,
because we know funny
at all.
Yeah, it wasn't funny at all. And see, funny, Ryan Davis said it best. If that shit was funny, nobody would have tripped. But it wasn't funny. We have touched on molestation. I'll send you the clip. He's right. Michael Jackson and a Scary Movie. Dave Chappelle's skit about Piss on You, R. Kelly, that was funny. But I think that a lot of people have not evolved. They don't know what it means to grow. Do I think people sometimes are overly sensitive? Yes. But also it's like,
you got to evolve with your craft. You got to get better at it.
I think you have to evolve with your craft. So I think in that case of like, yeah, you have your industry friends, but are these like really your friends? Because it's no way by now that somebody has not had this boy committed. Been in a 72-hour hold because of the shit that he puts out there. Doesn't make sense. But I think it goes back, like we said, being so out of touch and you becoming to a certain degree untouchable and no one's holding you accountable. So, yeah.
But yeah, there was a roundabout way of getting to that topic. But yeah, it was just, I was having a conversation with somebody about not Kanye, but the Jay-Z thing. And I had so many like thoughts that it was just like, I don't know what the answer, the accurate answer it would be. Like I said, I think he was wrong with what he said or whatnot. But when you're at that level, like it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because it's not like they haven't put their money where their mouth is. Now, like Beyonce, like his wife, does what she does, and she I ain't gotta say shit to y'all niggas. I'm just do what I need to do and move the fuck out the way. And he's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't operate like that. And that's the beauty of people in general. But it's kind of like I said, damned if you do, damned if you don't, or whatever.
Yeah.
So like you said, a 2-minute clip went viral, but he was saying a bunch of other like very on the nose shit in that conversation. Yeah. So
the issue, I think, as a whole, is that we're used to, there was this level of, he always gave up to a certain point, like so many interviews, and then after a while, he kind of fell off the radar, similar to B, right? But then we have the situation that happens with Colin Kaepernick that happens. And then you're just supposed to be your friend. You're advocating for him to be back into the league and all this stuff. We kneeling, blah, 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 right? And then you go.
Yeah, you go sit at the table with him. Yeah. Go sit at the table with the league. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like a lot of those tables that we want to see, that like the mahogany, the cherry wood, it looks really good, but the inside is infested with termites. So we need to stop trying to like sit at tables where we're not welcome, and we can build our own fucking table. And that's the issue. I think that's why people have been in a hot seat for the past couple of years, just based on that alone. And I feel like now this has just stirred the pot. So It's just like I said, people got to realize when it's a certain level, like we don't relate anymore.
Yeah. Especially with like, and then with our culture, saying that's how we like, a lot of shit don't move without us like deeming it to be like the new shit, the dope shit that you need to be tapping into and getting with or whatever. So it's kind of like, at one point, do you just be like, all right, fuck y'all, we over here with it. You got you got the enough money to do it or whatever. So I don't know.
We got to stop equating success to whiteness.
Yeah. So,
and that's really what it's about.
But then that's participating in that whole capitalist system in general. So
listen, I mean, the way that somebody can teach a semester class somewhere at some university on that alone, and it will be this part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 over the course of some years to really break it down. But a lot of people just they have this, Black people, we got this weird fast, and I'm not gonna just hold us. It's every culture. We got that weird fascination with assimilating. So, but I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't trying to make it heavy.
No, that's right. That's what it is. Like, bro, we'll want to be looked at as equals to them. Yeah. Oh, they had a head start. They had a head start, bro. We'll never, it will never be equals. Like the every average day, Black woman, Black man, it'll never be.
Yep.
Equal.
Listen, we can maybe have a conversation if y'all give us our reparations and not that little bullshit 6 figures bullshit y'all was talking about. I want my 40 acres and a mule too, bitch. Like, put the money in my pocket and give me some land.
You want some land?
Like,
you have land. You have land.
I do have land. You're right, but my land is in Africa. I need something on the turfs of America. This is my shit. Get off. Shoot them up like the bobbleheads.
Bobbleheads. For those of you that aren't in St. Louis, the bobbleheads is urban legend / that shit is real. Tell about, they're inbred, right?
I don't think they inbreds. I think they're like
they're experiment. Yeah, they're something like that. Yeah. it was. I mean, same thing. No, just
you're right.
Same goddamn thing. But yeah, they live deep in North County on a road that doesn't exist in the cut. And you fuck around. You want the term fuck around and find out? Yeah. Fuck around and find out. I'm not. I know we used to do it, try to do it like when we were in high school, like, y'all want to go see the bobbleheads? And we would get like right there to that road. It was like, nah.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to experiment and write a horror film. Somebody did a trailer a few years ago. Just a little, sizzle like trailer or whatever. No, it's not a sizzle reel, but a trailer. And about that. That getting shot at off the road. And it's really cool. I'll find it and send it to you. But I would love to do a deep dive to see if this is real.
Like some found footage shit, like documentary type shit.
Yeah, like and I put like more like kind of and you can kind of like Blair Witch though, or paranormal.
Yeah.
And you're like finding out, but it's really like a scary movie. I would love to do that shit. I would love to be in a scary movie because I know I would be based on the quiz from Scream that I took for the latest Scream movie. I would survive as an Aquarius because of the way that my mind works and how I think. But when I tell y'all any signs of foul play, my black ass is in the next town over. Nope. Not even fucking with it. I'm out. I'm Dwayne Martin and Scream 2. I'm out this bitch. Let me know. Let me know when y'all think y'all got the.
I'll be down to participate in something like that. Like, yeah. I'll be wanting to do content, bro. Like, that's like one of the things on my like list. Like somebody, shout out to Winnie. I was talking to Winnie. She like, what you want to do? I'm like, I want to do it all if I can.
Me too. Yeah.
If I can, shit, voiceovers, content, so, like that. Yeah. Like, I'll be open to doing all that type of shit. It's just a matter of getting to it or whatever.
It's a discipline. It's discipline. I asked, shout out to CT. He's on an episode of Whiskey Sour, like from like last year. And I asked him, how does he get his content out? And he said, I literally shoot it over the course. Maybe I do Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, or even Sunday. I'll edit it that one day, that Sunday. So he'll shoot the content for about like maybe 3 to 4 days, depending on what he's working on, and he'll block shoot. And then he'll edit it, and he'll like spend all night editing that, because he said he really likes playing video games and watching TV. So he has a system in place. So it's just the consistency, putting it out there, whether and not I want this to go viral. It's just putting the content out there, and once you are consistent with putting that content out there, people will catch on to it. It's just about, keeping up with it. So do some people have like a leg up when it comes to it? We talk about the people having certain, privileges, whatever. So people already having a following prior to, the social media shebangs. But yeah, it's just put it out there, like whatever that looks like. You just gotta keep pushing. So put that shit out there. Put that shit out.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Who is in there? You looking around, and it makes me very uncomfortable because I can't see.
Nobody's in here. So I was like listening to you or whatever. Okay. And then I was like, these lights is bright as fuck. I don't know why I turned them on so bright. But yeah, that's a big thing for me too. Like, just the whole like trying to like figure out the algorithm shit. Like, when I do my little
monetize your reels and stuff.
So like when I do my little one-off TikToks and shit, like when I get in the mood to do it, it's normally because I found like a sound that I think is like funny. So then I'll do it or whatever. And like TikTok, I'm not necessarily like trying to go viral on TikTok because like unless you created the sound, it like it's gonna be rare you gonna blow up like that. Instagram though, like I got like a little small little like I got a decent amount of followers for what the fuck I do. So
yeah,
it'd be like, damn, dog. Like you start looking at the numbers and it's just like, dog, I got way more followers than this view count. Like, why is like niggas not seeing my shit or whatever? So like that can deter you too. But like you said, just I'm at a point now was like, if I want to do it, I'll do it and I'll put it out.
So let's say you put something out today. It's 5:00 y'all time, right?
Right.
So put it out. If you're not getting an engagement, I would say post again tomorrow morning. Then post something at noon and see what that looks like, because my time has been like teetering. And here's the thing too, how they get you to really fully engage, which is why I see how people block shoot a lot of stuff and have it ready to go. Like for me, I still like posting photos. So it's nothing for me to go put a photo up, but a photo isn't gonna help me monetize. My reels monetize. So it's like, okay, even in the meantime, if you can't post a reel, throw a photo up at that time the next day, or however often you want to. When I know I'm gonna have to head out soon, I'll circle back with you for something, because then that might be able to help you. But that's really what it's about. It's about trying to beat the algorithm and see what time certain stuff will trend. So like now I posted something yesterday around this, maybe around like 4 something. I'm gonna try again today and post like a quick reel or something that I should have had edited down. But I'm gonna just post it real quick and see how it goes off. Yeah. So it's a game, but it's just a matter of, like, I would say my best advice for you would be to block shoot, whatever that is, however that looks, small little things, even if it's just going out to dinner, just walking in, do like a quick walk into the spot, do like a pan of the restaurant. If you with somebody, y'all maybe do a cheers, toast, take a video of your plate, and then that's it. Like you could post that and that could go up. So it just depends, like I said, on the vibe that you're feeling.
That'd be the big part. Do I feel like I said, I don't want to just be doing it just to do it. Like I gotta like feel it or whatever. So yeah, I gotta get in the habit of doing that. Cause I'll be like when I be outside, I'll be outside.
Yeah.
So
you be outside.
Yeah.
I'm asleep.
Relax. But no, I'm gonna test that theory out. You feel me?
Yeah.
I got a Dear Summer photo drop coming anyway.
Yeah.
So
literally the post from yesterday, I said September week 1, and it was a photo dump.
Yeah. Did you put hashtags on
it? It got no hashtags. I forgot to put hashtags on that one, but it still got a certain, I think maybe like 400 and something likes, which is still like, I've never had a post for real get over 1,000 likes. And I just feel like people be hating and they like, but one of the reels that I posted no, because you'll see how many people saw the photo versus what the likes are. If you go on your
facts.
insights,
if you go on
right?
your insights, facts.
Yeah. So when you're viewing your insights, that also
impressions be crazy.
I have one. It has. Let me see. One of my reels has 5,600 people have played. That's how many plays. 845 likes. 58 comments. It was sent DM to people 64 times, and 55 people saved it. And then as far as the account reach, it says 5343. So it's like it's just a weird game that you have to you have to play. So, but then the real after that, because I was like, oh, that was a Friday, and they always say, oh, you should sometimes let your algorithm, like your timeline reset. You don't want to do that. You got to capitalize on it, because my next reel only got 20 likes. Like, and then
Makes
another
no
one,
sense.
51. Makes
No
none.
sense.
So you have to like be able to play the game. So it's like when you get that up, like that moment, and however that you want that to look, you gotta keep pushing that shit out.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd
don't
be the
let your
part.
timeline.
That'd be the part. Cause I'd be like, I don't feel like it.
Content creation is a full-time job that can
And
really
see,
pay well, but after
yeah.
out the bat, you do put in a lot of free labor. So you have to really do it because you like putting stuff out there. Like, I wish Instagram was just photos, because it's nothing for me to post a photo. Like,
yeah.
so.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, that part. Like, I like to do like funny shit, relatable shit, whatever. But I like to post it and go. So
Yep, post. Oh, just let it do what it do. But
yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
You want to give him your socials so they can like spam your inbox?
My Instagram is Saint Angelus, and that's SAINTANGLES. And then I have a podcast page as well that's called Whiskey Soured. ED on the end of that sour. I have a candle line called Saint Angelus.
And
that
I'm
website
pretty sure
is
I'm looking at one of your candles right now.
I don't think so.
No, it's over here. I think it's over here on the table.
St. Angelus?
You come in there. It's black top.
Did I send somebody something?
I'm in the studio.
I know you're in the studio. You're not at home. Okay. He's going to get it. I'm gonna tell y'all what the website is. So it's Saint SAINT-Angelus.com. I have been updating my site. That's what I know. I'm like, I've been in that studio. I don't think I because I forgot to get a chance to say me anything. And so that's my blog page, and then you can click the candles tab on that as well. You can view it. And I also have a brand partnership with Slide Jewels. You can get 30% off your first purchase at checkout. And that's Saint Angelus, like, together. So that's all I got going.
Yeah, lit. So all that information is going to be in the show notes. You know, make sure y'all check her out, buy some candles. She be on like a bunch of like shows too. So,
yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you forgot using. See how you forget using shows? That's crazy.
Listen, okay. So this past week, if you guys download the Caffeine app, Caffeine has like a lot of different game shows and interactive things that for different people, content creators. And CT has a show called Villainy. And I am on 2 of those episodes out of the 3. And then if you download the Kev on Stage app, I am featured on Give Me 5, 2 episodes that is hosted by my friend BT Kingsley. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And if you also want to hear, y'all see me on his stuff sometimes.
Yep.
He has Spelling is Hard. I am also featured on one of those episodes, and I was a sub host because they were on vacation for Damn Internet You Scary, and that came out last Thursday. So
yeah, I need to get on cultural blasphemy. I need that in my life.
The way that it's so much black shit that I just feel like it don't move for me.
Yeah, I need that cultural blasphemy. Shout out to Pat.
Yeah, shout out to Pat. Pat, who didn't respond to my text when I told his whole ass happy birthday. He gonna respond Wednesday. He's like, Dom, you did text me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And gonna text me back. Oh my God, Dom, I love you. I appreciate you. Boy, shut up. I hit him with the eye roll. But Patrick's mind, y'all, like crazy mind.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. So yeah, make sure man, y'all check y'all out.
Thanks for having me on. And yeah, like that's all I got. So I'll catch up with you later.
Peace. And before I get out of here, Don't let these chicks call y'all niggas munches. They got y'all fucked up.